Hello friends, today's topic is the cost of living in Washington, D.C. Let's rant.
Alright y'all, let's go through my monthly spending as a single 26-year-old living in DC. And while you look at the numbers, let me explain something to you. Okay, so I was debating moving, I toured a bunch of units, and after all of that, I just kind of decided that it wasn't really worth it moving. I was gonna have to pay more rent anywhere I went. I have such a gem of an apartment, I just don't want to give it up yet. So, with that, I decided I'm going to redecorate my entire place. So that included buying a new couch, buying a new dresser, getting new bedding, etc., etc. So I spent a lot of money in that area, so hopefully August won't be as bad once my apartment's all done and finished, but here's my total spending for the month. Oh no!
Okay, I will say, although DC is an expensive place to live, it does not cost $2,800 to $3,200 on average for a one bedroom. For a one bedroom in Washington, DC, you can very easily find a one bedroom for maybe $1,500. If you're lucky, you might be able to find something for a little bit cheaper than that, but like 15, 16, 17 is pretty average. 2,800 to 3,200, that is cap. I'm saying that because I lived in Washington, D.C. literally a year ago, and unless like the housing market caused rental prices in Washington, D.C. to 8x, this is 100% not true. I was paying like $10-20 a month in rent, okay? So yeah, like this is 100% not true. 2,800 to 3,200, nah. See, what y'all problem is, everybody want to live high luxury. Like, you don't have to live in the ghetto, but you don't have to live in a luxury high-rise, mid-rise condominium, overlooks the entire city and the ocean and the Georgetown riverfront apart. You don't need that. Y'all be trying to get shit that y'all don't need. That's why you can only find one-bedroom apartments for $2,800 or $3,200. I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm just saying in general. I just think we live in a day and age where people are genuinely either fiscally irresponsible and just don't care to just splurge, or we actually seriously do have a serious money issue in the United States. Because I don't think y'all understand the repercussions of normalizing rent being anything more than $1,500 to rent a one-bedroom apartment, honestly, is ludicrous. 33, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 on average, anywhere in any state, that is a huge red flag. I'm taking my black ass to Mexico.
If you're planning on making DC home, here's how much you need to make to live in the nation's capital. Since the average cost of living is around $5,889 per month, and assuming you stick to a 75-15-10 plan, where 75% covers cost of living, 15% for saving and investing, and 10% for wants, you'll need to make at least $7,852 per month, a $94,224 take-home income, or a $134,605 salary. Comment the city I should break down next. By the way, if you want a custom financial plan to put in place for the new year, the deadline to book with me is Wednesday, November 15th. DM me the word coach if interested.
Can you imagine paying $900 a month to live in a studio apartment in Washington, D.C.? Well, I almost rented a unit in this building a few years ago. It was a 300 square foot studio, tiny, not very cute, but only $900 a month. To this day, I'm pissed I didn't get this apartment. Anywho, it was on 15th and Irving. I wonder if it's still renting for that low.
I spent in a month as a family of 3 living in Washington, D.C. We live in a 2-bedroom apartment and our rent is $2,671 and electric is $150. We had our cruise this month, so vacation prep was $154 for just kind of random things that we needed on the cruise. Then we had cruise fees and parking, which was $236. We actually did pretty good about eating out this month with only spending $227. I try to make my coffee at home with my Nespresso, but I did get Starbucks and Dunkin' a few times, and this totaled out to $32. Our car payment is $361, and our phone bill is $183, which I don't think is too bad considering we have unlimited data. We also have other bills like Comcast, pet insurance, that was $258. I spent some money on clothes this month with our vacation and just needing a few things for the fall. Miscellaneous was basically things on our bank account statement that I couldn't remember what we spent, but our total for the month of September was $4,887.09.
Seems like the cost of living in DC is high. I still want to go. What do you think? Comment down below and thank you for watching.